Hello, black man. This guided journal is being made available to build character, confidence, and define the inner person.
It has been deemed clear that our culture and our past has hindered black men from being open and vulnerable. Hello, black man.
Hello, black man.
You want to do the introduction?
Okay.
Hey, what's going on? This is Jamie Jenkins. This is. You told me you don't want me to do that.
I did.
Okay, so I just did like that. No, I didn't say it.
You just don't do that.
I just
don't even say this is Jamie.
I gotta say who I am.
Yeah, I mean.
Hey, I'm Jamie Jenkins. This is.
Work on it. We need to break.
I'm working on it right now.
Let's work on it outside.
Okay.
The live show.
I'm gonna stop before I get in trouble.
Yeah. Okay, so we are
Hello Black Men.
And tonight we have a very special guest that is long overdue. Met him through I call it the underground. These underground friends. You
underground?
No.
You underground? Like what? Like how underground are you?
I don't know. That's a good question. We may need to figure it out. Like,
right. What's the hierarchy of undergroundness?
I don't know, but they are very receptive and accepting of me, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love to be around them. I love his music, love everything about what he does, you guys. So I want y'all to get locked in, get tapped in.
Please do.
This amazing conversation we're about to have with Mr. Dré Dys. Meow, meow, meow.
What's going down?
What's going on, my guy?
Thank y'all for having me.
I absolutely.
Emotion, kicking it. Also, I want to say, you talk about how we embrace you. Thank you for embracing us, because you come out, you show love, you participate, you know what I'm saying? They pulled up the show, brought me merch and all that, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to take a moment to give you your flowers as well. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. We appreciate that very much. So I hate going places empty-handed.
Yeah.
It's just habit for me. I'm like, okay, wait,
what you got?
A birthday party.
Like, we got don't show up to this man party just looking like, let's celebrate.
All the things. Yeah, so we're not going to keep you here long. I need to open my page up because it's always, for some reason, when I relog on, mine go to a only me type situation. So, first and foremost, just tell the people who you are, what you do, where you come from.
My name is Dré Dys. My name is Andre after my father. From Anderson, Indiana. I reside down here in Jackson, Mississippi. I'm a musician, a sound creator, if you will. Play a little keys, play a little guitar, rap, of course. Hold a tone. I don't know if I quite call myself a singer, but I do a little razzle dazzle. And yeah, if you pass me something long enough, I bet I can make a good sound with it. But yeah, awesome. I make music. I own the High Roller Productions. That's my brand. That's my company. That's my team. That covers the music. That covers the event planning, things of that nature, as well as the brand, the High Rollers Club. Yeah. Just to try and make it happen.
Yeah, that's all you can do, right? How can people purchase your merch? We're gonna talk about that more later, but just throw it out there for them right now.
Sure. Right now we do it mainly at the shows, and I do pre-order rounds type deal. But I do have a website that I'm working on, and that will be up here soon. So people will be able to just purchase it directly from there soon. But for now, just go to High Roller Productions. I'm on Instagram as well as Facebook, Twitter, all that. That's at High Roller with 2 eyes. I'm the second, so I did play on it type deal, you know what I'm saying? But High Roller Productions on all social media platforms. Tap with me on there. We'll get you right.
Love it. Love it. So Dré Dys is your stage name. This is just a play on your real name, right?
Indeed.
So how did you get into
it? My name is Andre Dyson II. Sorry. It's lagging a little bit. I'm sorry if I end up over talking.
No, we're fine. How did you end up getting into? First of all, how did you get to Mississippi from Anderson, Indiana?
Well, I got roots down here. My father had remarried to a beautiful woman by the name of Jimmy Monix. Jimmy Monix is an alum of Jackson State, and she's also from Clarksdale, Mississippi. So around 13, 14, I found my journey bringing me down here more often and came on campus, fell in love with the campus. I love the weather. I love the nature. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I don't see stars in the sky the way that I see it down here back home. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So simple things like that just made me stay after school was done. So yeah.
Nice.
But as far as how I got into music, music has been around as long as I've been living. Uh, my grandfather was in the male chorus at my church. When I got a little bit older, I joined that as well. I used to play guitar and sing a little bit in there as well. Shoot, I was in the school choir. I was both sides of the family were heavily involved in church. So just that experience, and my mother and my father were huge music heads. So my mother was a little bit more on the gangster rap, neo soul side. You know what I'm saying? So we went from NWA to Eric Badu. So that gave me my versatility there. And then with Pops, he was more on the like funk, the P funk type style and the UGKs and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's where I got started. I think the first project I really heard, I was just like, wow, what is this? Was the Chronic?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Classic.
From yeah, and so from there, man, I've just been inspired. I fell in love with it, and it's grew with me all through these years.
That's great. So you say you are a guitar player, a guitarist. I guess for
A
lack
little
of better.
bit. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a super.
But you can play the guitar. You can plug it up. It's gonna sound
Yes,
like
I
something.
do.
Okay, gotcha. So
Indeed, yeah, I'll make it do a little thing. I'm being a little too modest. My bad.
Yeah. How did you learn to play
You
the
say it one
guitar?
more time. I'm sorry.
Was it lessons, or did you pick it up and like, okay, like was it eyesight, sound?
So my journey with that was a little different. I played football from like third grade all the way to high school, right? Um, and my freshman year of high school, I got a really bad hand injury. Like my pinky, it doesn't bend anymore. You can kind of see
Mm-hmm.
it through the video. Um, so it made me sit out that season. I kind of had to find something to keep me active still. And I so happened to be taking piano lab at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned piano first, actually. And once I kind of picked that up, I got more curious about other instruments, what I could do with that. And I reached out to the music minister at my church, Eastside Baptist, back home in Indianapolis. And Brother Michael Lacey, he took time to teach me lessons. And I want to say the first song I learned, they had pretty much a remix of My Girl by the Temptations.
Mm-hmm.
And they called it My God. And
Yeah.
he taught me the little line on there. And once I learned that, he was just like, "You ready to play Sunday?" And I was just like, "I guess." And from there, they just threw me in there, and I just learned from there, from experience, man. Those reps,
That's
they
dope.
get you right.
That's dope. That's dope.
Hey.
Yeah, that's my question. I'm always fascinated with people that can play instruments. Always, yeah. Because I can only read a little music, so I do have a little jealous spirit when people can say, "Oh yeah, I can just play the guitar." They looking at nothing. This like, "Oh man, how you do this? Like, how is this so easy for you?"
So
I think it's really just that muscle memory. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
No, you good. You good. I said, what inspires you? Like, what and who inspires you and your lyrics?
Truthfully, the people I've been around, the people I love, the things I experienced, I think I got a little more serious about music when I came down here to Mississippi. Just being around and seeing with so many people that are just so creative and different within their own right. And I think the beautiful thing about Mississippi as well as Indiana, we don't per se have a staple sound, you know what I'm saying? Like think about like a Cali where like kind of like that crip walking type music, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what you expect from them, or that New York, that real boom bap hip hop stuff. I can't say that there's necessarily a staple, so that gives us room to be as creative and as open as we want to be and make that own lane ourselves. And I think that in itself is inspiring. Um, in addition to, I got a family to feed. I got a family that believes in me, that loves me, you know what I'm saying? Moms, pops, all them. So it's like I really want to do something very special to change all of their lives. And to me, this seems like the best way to make it happen. So we're going to make it do what it do.
Hey, that's great. One of the things we've created is we push and believe in artistry, right? So you are an artist. We know that. So we want to let you give us a random number between 1 and 52, and we're going to ask you a question out of our Hello Black Artist Journal.
Okay. 1 and 52. Let's do 18.
Number 18. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. I turned to 18.
That's it. Divinity.
All right. It says, hello, Black artist. Can you share a memorable experience or story related to your art?
I'd say more recently, I got the opportunity to open up for K Camp this past summer at Howland House. I think just that experience of getting a taste of what that actually be like when you make it to a larger stage where it's like just a crowd of bodies and you literally can't see everybody's face. You can't reach out. You can't really speak to each and every one of them, but you can still feel them feeling you. That was a genuinely beautiful experience. I'm in love with it. If I'm being transparent, I remember being behind the curtains and peeking out, and I didn't realize how many people it was. I was just like, you feel me? And then I popped back out there.
Yeah.
And by the time I hit the stage, all that went away, man, because everybody that was there, they're there to have a good time. They're there to party. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like if that's the case, I'm gonna get what I got. They're gonna get what they have, and we're gonna have a good time. So,
Dope.
hey, that was one of the more inspiring, more defining moments for me. Just really saying like, okay, in a larger crowd outside of just your friends, outside of just people that know you, can you really do this? Can you really move them? Can you make them feel something? I feel like I did. So I was thankful for that experience.
That's dope.
How do you connect with your audience? Like, what do you feel is the gate between you and them, and how do you draw them into your performances?
Truthfully, I think the performance is the draw. The music, I think it's nice. I have somewhat of a social media presence. I definitely could do a lot more on the content end in this new age of constant content creation. That's kind of part of the game now.
Yep.
But I think the actual show, I'm very big on crowd participation. I'm very big on making sure you feel like you're a part of what's going on. And I think when I get a chance to capture that and push that out there, that's what opens up more doors for opportunities. Typically, that's what attracts more people a lot of times. And I think the shows is what makes the music really connect. I think that's the good music makes you connect with it in some way, whether that is a memory, whether that's a moment, a certain feeling, whatever the case may be. I think at those shows, that's where I really make it connect. So that's how.
Okay. Who's on your Mount Rushmore of people to work with? People that you haven't worked with yet, they on your bucket list. Who's on your Mount Rushmore? Who's your top 4?
Okay. Let's see. Living artists I really want to work with. I say Anderson .Paak is very high on that list. It's Is it 4 on Mount Rushmore? Excuse me, y'all. I ain't been in history class in a mighty long time. Okay, I need to make sure. So Anderson .Paak, I'd say Snoop Dogg. Duran Bernard. I love his music. I love his sound. And who else? Who is this last one? I got to choose that wisely.
Yeah.
Ah, I could see a Jasmine Sullivan or something like that, like something very smooth and
So
melodic that I
I
could
got
also
you.
laugh with. Yeah,
That's a wide range of artistry right there. So you kind
and
of
just
talked about it in the beginning, like from where you come from, being able to pull from New York, the South, West Coast. Your list looks like that. Your list doesn't have a particular sound. It is kind of very homogeneous, if that makes sense.
right on.
I got you. Give me another number. I'll get you another question out of the journal.
Let's say 9.
Number nine. Number nine. Number nine. Number nine says, "Hello, Black artist. How do you know when a piece of your work is finished?"
I know. I think that's my trouble now.
Okay.
All my songs are my babies. It's a work of art, and I feel like it's never quite finished. It just gets to a point where it's like, okay, you got to let it out there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And that's something I'm working on getting better at. I think it's been times in the past where it'd be like a whole year and I hadn't put anything out. But more recently this year, I think I've dropped like 3 times already. So I'm trying to pick up the pace a little bit more, try to push it a little bit more, make sure I'm actually giving people something to enjoy outside of what they've already heard, and also trying to make sure I recirculate what's already out there. Because just because my friends, my people around me have heard it doesn't mean the world has heard it. So that can
That's
still get
right.
pushed
True
out there
too.
too. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So let me ask you this. You talked about the performance that you opened up for K Camp. Outside of that, what has been one of your funnest performances? Like what's like something that stands out? You're like, oh, this was great.
I'd say the Heartbeat release show with my band, the Downbeat, the baddest band in the land. It's a 7-piece band slash hip hop group. Think like Wu-Tang Clan meets the Roots crew. You know what I'm saying? We got our melodic side. We got our cats that play. We all play instruments actually. Sometimes you'll even see us switch instruments and another cat will grab the mic, or you'll see somebody hop on the beat machine and control the track that way. It's a little bit of everything, but I think that first release show we had, we've been rocking since 2018, and we just had a first project release last year. So that was it was just like a testament to all the work that's been put in, all those arguments, all those sessions, all those things that we went through to get to that point. I think that moment was really beautiful. And I think to have that many people on the stage at once, just pushing that energy out there and y'all feeding off each other, feeding off the crowd, it really was just a different type of performance that I haven't experienced in that way. I think the only thing comparable to it in my experience has been like the metalcore stuff, but that's like a completely different range. You feel me?
Mhm.
So it was cool to see it in this realm. It was definitely amazingly fun. I had a little too much fun. It was a good
All right, Kendrick or Drake, you gotta know that was coming.
time. One more time.
Kendrick or Drake.
Oh, Kendrick, easily, easily.
That's why
It's Gemini Squad around here. You know what I'm talking about? But I I just feel like Drake is an amazingly talented artist. He puts out um, very catchy and infectious tunes.
Mhm.
However, I will say there's kind of a difference between certain artists. There are certain lanes for certain artists, and I think Lil Wayne even commented on that when he found Drake. It was certain things that he was looking for him for, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think Kendrick was kind of the tree you wanted to bark up. That man's the boogeyman for real. So I don't know about that one. But Kendrick did his thing. That boy got a hit record with 3 verses on it. That's a
He
diss
do,
record.
man. I'm talking about
That's
it is
crazy.
out there.
yes,
Like,
we hear it so often, I get so tired.
Right. I'm talking about if you switch
you know,
stations, you're gonna get it. If you listen to the radio every 30, you're gonna get it.
No, you can listen to the same station and you're gonna hear it
facts. And it's all over the place. And just even, again, like a 3 verse hit in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? We usually got these songs where it's like you want to clip for TikTok and that's
Yeah.
it. This man got 3 verses going in on a cat and it's a hit. He won.
Tell me, like, what is your goal for your music career? You know, you spoke about feeding your family. Like what do you want to do? Like ultimately, where do you see yourself at your highest peak in music?
I'd say at my highest point that I personally want would be a fair um, middle ground between like a Currency or a Nipsey Hustle. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's been very consistent for a very long time, somebody that's completely sustainable and has been able to do very nice things for the people that they love and things of that nature. But the dude can still walk in Walmart and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like no Beyonce situation and everybody like, oh my God, every time you step outside, that's not me. That's not my vibe. You know what I'm saying? I want to put some good music out there. I want to make people feel good, and I want to change my family's lives, man. Do something beautiful like in my community and the places I believe in. You know what I'm saying? Back home, just get some things started there. Anderson, Indiana is a very small town, and I think. Um, in the quarantine, you know what I'm saying? We saw a lot of small towns, a lot of small businesses, family owned businesses shut down. So Anderson took a big hit on that and it's reflecting. So I would love to have an opportunity to get back there, you know what I'm saying, implement some things there and even help out here, you know, because we got things going on down here in Jackson that definitely need help. I was in school for music education at a point in time. I had ended up switching my major, but for a while I was doing music education and I was working at the Boys and Deer, excuse me if I could speak today, the Boys and Girls Club, Sykes location. So I got a chance to really just firsthand experience how it was and dealing with the kids that actually grow up in this environment and what they're feeling, what they're thinking, and they need help. You know what I'm saying? Just like everywhere else. You know what I mean? So I would love to be a part of that.
Indeed, that is very inspiring.
I want to ask you a question from the journal that I picked the number this time. This is question number 28. It says, hello, Black artists. How do you handle self-doubt or moments of uncertainty in your artistic journey?
I think these days I've learned to step away for a hot second. Sometimes social media is a great thing and a horrible thing at the same time, man. I think especially for the artists, it's changed the game a lot to the point it's very mentally taxing. I think about back in the day where there was somewhat of a mystique about an artist, but now everything's out there. You have to let them know everything. You have to showcase yourself 24/7, and it's just like that can get to be a lot to the point it can even take you away from the creative part of being a creator. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just have to take that moment to step back and say, hey, it's too much right now. I need to get me right. Andre isn't okay. So let me check him out and then I'll let Dré Dys. You know what I mean? So
I like it. I like
it. That's dope. So we're not gonna keep you here all night. We know you've got food coming up. We want to get it.
What y'all eating, man? What y'all eating?
She got some barbecue chicken that she baked up. A little sheep veggie type thing going on. It had like some potatoes, I think carrots, onions, some peppers on there. I think we're gonna do a little rice too.
There it is.
Sounds like
it do.
Indeed.
What advice do you have for aspiring artists who are trying to keep themselves out there?
When I first told my parents that I was serious about working on music, the lady I had mentioned earlier, Jimmy, she had introduced me to a cat named Shadow Cat in Indianapolis. He's a producer that's done some work with a lot of cats in the industry. And she just took me over there to kind of have a conversation with them, see how a real studio session went. He happened to be recording a guy named Rusty Redenbacher. He used to do the 5 o'clock mix back home in Indianapolis on 106.7 WTLC. But yeah, we was in there just talking, and something he said to me was just, don't quit. And I know that sounds very cliche. I know that sounds very simple, but it's just like with all the taxing things that you don't really want to do that comes with this, with all the work that you'll put out there, and everybody doesn't necessarily acknowledge it or give it the love that you feel like it deserves because you put so much of yourself into it. You know, all that things, those the money that you put into it, things like that, that can get very discouraging. You know, but if this is something that you really want to do, if this is something that you're really for, you're really passionate about, you think that this is what's going to change you and your people's lives, you got to make it happen, man. So buckle down, pace yourself because this is a journey. Everybody doesn't make it immediately. Everybody doesn't get that viral moment. You got cats like Anderson Paak that, like I mentioned him earlier, dude was like 35 before he made it. And he's been making music since he was younger than me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, with that being said, sometimes you may have to rebrand. Sometimes you may have to approach it at a different angle. But it's just important you don't quit. Keep swinging.
That is some dope advice. Now, do you have any projects coming up that people can be looking out for to support?
Projects, I have plenty of works, no actual release dates. Right now, I've just been hitting the shows really hard. I'm just trying to spread out what's already there. I have one Friday, June 21st at Urban Foxes. It's going to be me and my brother Flu Seth. We have a duo as well as a duo project that we've been working on for quite some time. It's entitled Dyson Lights. We call ourselves that as well. So that's going to be Friday. So if you want a little taste of what that's going to be like, come holler at us. You know what I'm saying? Think of a kind of, I don't really want to compare it because it is a little different than a lot of things that I have heard, but think Method Man, Redman. That's probably the best comparison I can give. Just kind of a real hip hop, hard hitting, you know what I'm saying, back and forth type situation. That's a very talented young man, and he makes me rap at my highest capacity. And I appreciate the chemistry that's going there, man. Also, I'll be heading back home soon for a festival. It's called Shrees Fest back home in Indianapolis. I'm very thankful to be going back home because I don't think I've performed there since before the quarantine. So to be able to come back and do one of the larger platforms that we have, and also this year our headliners are the franchise boys, as well as Currency. You know what I'm saying? I just mentioned them earlier. So just to even be able to be mentioned in the same flyer, you know what I'm saying? To be able to be in the same stage, you know what I'm saying, with somebody that I'm aspiring to get to a similar level to. A very full circle moment, especially for it to be back home too on the roots that I grew up on. So that, and as well as August 3rd, I will be in Hattiesburg for the Mud Fest at the Fat Cat. So yeah, man, we're rolling. We putting these shows out. I've been pushing out singles. Projects are in the works. Heartbeat is out now. Roll the Dice is out now. I dropped A Moment of Romance in February. I dropped Come On to Go in January. I can't talk right now. I don't know what's going on with.
Good.
Yeah, we're working, man. Just a constant state of work.
Sounds good. Any parting shout outs before we get out of here?
Shout out to y'all for having me. God bless y'all. I appreciate y'all. I had a great time talking to y'all. I definitely need to get my hands on that Dear Artist book. There's definitely some great questions in there. For sure that.
Listen,
shout out to them.
Right. When we say anytime, like we mean it. So like if you have any type of social media stuff that you're trying to push out there, we'll drop it on our stories, drop it on our page. You got events, dates, flyers, like hit us up. Like this is what the platform is for.
Dig that. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank y'all so much for having me. Thank y'all for opening up your platform, man. I'm just thankful.
That's what's up.
Well, as you would say, life's a gamble, so
roll the dice, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Thank you, Dré, for coming through. We appreciate you. You have a great night, and we're here if you need us.
For sure, that side to y'all. God bless.
All right now.
Peace.
Yeah. So listen, he is pushing out a lot of work. He has got a lot of dates up. I mean, like I love when people are productive, not just busy, right? I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. I have this coming up, this coming up, this coming up. So man, we wishing him well. We wishing the black artist. We wishing him all the success, all the endeavors he's after. He's obtained, and he'll do even more. You got Ladario on here. Ladario looks. Hello, my black people.
All right, you guys have a great night.
Y'all have a good night. Appreciate it. Peace. Can I see